Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Grice. I'm the director of the School of Accountancy here at Troy University, and I'm very excited about the opportunity to just speak with you about our program and explain some things to you about the School of Accountancy. You know, the first thing that I think that you'll be glad to hear is that we have AACSB accreditation for the business school, and we also have that same accreditation for the School of Accountancy. You know, when we received that accreditation for the business school and the School of Accountancy, we became one of only about 190 schools in the world that had both those accreditation for the business and the School of Accountancy. So the quality is here. That speaks to the quality of our faculty and just the quality of our program in general. And it is a worldwide recognized accreditation, and so we're very, very proud of that. The other thing I want to make clear is when you look into our programs in the catalog, you'll see an accounting major that's in the School of Accountancy, but a lot of times students, prospective students, will see the accounting and finance concentration within the global business major. And it's important that you don't get those two confused. You know, the one that we teach here face-to-face in the School of Accountancy is the accounting major. It's the major where we're pushing students to become a CPA, a certified public accountant. The accounting and finance concentration, what that is a concentration within the global business major. And you know, those are it's an online program, but it is not an accounting major. You know, with the accounting and finance concentration in the global business, you do not qualify to sit for the CPA exam really in any state that I'm aware of. So if you're wanting to pursue an accounting career, then the major is the accounting major in the School of Accountancy. Now, what I typically do when someone is interested in our program is I just sit them down and I talk to them about what's the typical career path or the typical path of one of our students take when they major in accounting at Troy University. And so that's what I'm going to share with you. First of all, when you come as a freshman in your first year, you typically do not take any accounting classes. You know, you get used to the campus environment, get involved with organizations on campus, and just plug into the university life. Then as a sophomore, you'll begin to take Principles 1 and Principles 2, and that's the only classes you'll take. You'll take one class in the fall of your second year, and then Principles 2 in the spring of your second year. Then that summer, the summer between your sophomore and junior year, is when things really start really revving up for the accounting major, because you're going to go into that fall, go into the intermediate sequence of the program, your junior level courses. The courses do get more difficult, but it's also at that time where you begin looking at some of the firms that are here to recruit our students. You'll plug into those events. For example, we'll have Accountancy Day in the fall, meet the firms in the spring, and it's during your junior year where you begin making those relationships with the firms, because you're trying to achieve or trying to get the opportunity for a summer leadership academy in between your junior and senior year. Now, before I go on, I want to stress that it's so important when you come here that you go ahead and plug in to the organizations that we have for the students. You know, we have the Accounting Society, we have Beta Alpha Psi, which is an honor society for accounting students that we got simply because of our AACSB accreditation. And so it's very important that you go ahead and plug in those, and you're never too young to plug in, you know, first year. And because it's at those club meetings and then at the Meet the Firms and the Accountancy Day that we do each year, that's where you begin to make these relationships with the firms that recruit you, you know, our employers, and they're very supportive. So keep that in mind, that when you get here, go ahead and plug into all of them. You're never too early in the program to get plugged in with our organizations. And so we were past the junior year where we've gone through the intermediate sequence in some of the junior level classes, but you've also made relationships with some CPA firms, and you're going to seek a summer leadership in the summer in between your junior and senior year. Typically, the student gets a summer leadership, and what that leads to is an internship offer for the spring of your senior year. So you'll go through the summer, have the Leadership Academy, and those academies, they're not lengthy, you know, sometimes a day or two. So it's not something that strings out over a month. And then you'll start the fall of your senior year. And you'll take the remaining senior level accounting classes, go into the spring, and this is that spring where you would do an internship. That internship usually runs, the typical one, runs from January 15th to March 15th. Sometimes firms will keep you on till April 15th. We do adjust the classes here on campus where it affords you the opportunity to do the internship, and then you come back and then you finish up 2 other classes. So you are a full-time student, so it doesn't mess with your financial aid, and we have that set up with the administration. And so you'll come back from the second semester of your senior year or your 4th year of study, and by that time you will have, when you finish that second semester of your 4th year, you'll graduate and you'll have an undergraduate degree in accounting, and typically have been a part of a summer leadership, and you also have gone through an internship. And then as a general rule, what happens is that internship leads to a full-time offer. And so the student will be on their internship in the spring of their senior year, finish it, not too long after that, that firm would offer you a full-time job to begin in 1 year, because what their expectations are is that you're going to stay here and pursue the Master of Accountancy. And so you finished your internship, you look into maybe that summer to go ahead and start the Master of Accountancy. And our Master of Accountancy is really a lockstep program. It's not, there are classes that are offered in the summer that's when you take those classes. There's classes in the fall, that's when you take the class, and the same in the spring. If you did not follow our schedule, then it's going to put you behind, because it's going to be offered just in the summer. So if you don't take it this summer, it's got to be next summer. But we have open entry for each semester, and you can finish in 4 semesters. Some will pursue finishing in 3 semesters by taking their electives, along with some of their required courses. But once you've finished your senior year, you'll just apply to graduate school, and your first thing you have to do is get accepted into graduate school at Troy University. And when you fill out that paperwork, just check Master of Accountancy, and then that comes in to the School of Accountancy. And it's you can see the admissions requirements in our graduate catalog, but it's a 3.0 in your undergraduate studies, and a GMAT if you don't meet honors admission. We like a GMAT of 500. We can do conditional admission with a 400. But the transition from our undergraduate accounting major into our Master of Accountancy is really seamless. As long as you just made your grades at the undergraduate level, you'll come in and begin that Master of Accountancy program. So again, I'm still sticking with the typical pathway. So a student would have started the Master of Accountancy in the summer after they finish their undergraduate degree, and then when you go into the fall, we have required courses in the fall. But something that we do that I think is just a tremendous asset for our program is that we run our students through the Becker CPA, a CPA exam review course, and the one that we use is Becker. And so in about December of their first semester in the master's program, they'll begin preparing for the CPA exam. And when we're teaching the classes in the Master of Accountancy, we're also trying to support that process with the materials that we are presenting in in the classroom. And so that January, when you move into the January of the Master's Accountancy, you usually sit for the very first part of the exam. And so in that spring of the Master of Accountancy program, you'll go ahead and you will sit for all 4 parts of the CPA exam. You go from auditing to regulation to BEC, and then to FAR. And FAR finishes up in that following summer. So what does that mean for you? It means that after you've finished your Master of Accountancy, when you're graduating from the Master of Accountancy, not only do you have a master's degree, but now you have sat for all 4 parts of the CPA exam and hopefully passed. As far as our pass rates within the School of Accountancy, we routinely exceed the state and the national average at passing the CPA exam. So we have a process in place that works. It's very effective for our students, and we're very, very proud of it. And so I guess in a summary form, what you have after you finished our program here is an undergraduate degree in accounting, a master of accountancy, have taken all 4 parts of the CPA exam, which mean you qualified to sit in the first place. And then generally the internship, those leadership and internships have led to job opportunities. And so that's something that we're very, very proud of. Thank you for the opportunity to talk with you, and thank you for taking the time to listen to me. And don't hesitate, if you have any questions, to just contact us here at Troy University, and we can certainly provide any of the answers about going through the accounting program and what to expect in the accounting program if you were attending here. And I hope you do make the choice to begin your accounting education and start your accounting career with us here at Troy University. And go Trojans.
Okay, great.